Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on CNBC, NBC News Radio, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and more. Because I want to splatter as much hope and happiness over you wherever you are. And so the larger the signal, the stronger the signal, the better. And today is November 2nd, and it's National Deviled Egg Day. I actually make a pretty mean deviled egg. I don't know what you put in it. Some people put a little mustard. I put a little relish. I put a little paprika, put a little mayonnaise, and a tiny smidgen. Here's your ancient Chinese secret. That's not going to be a secret after this, is a tiny little dash of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce, say that 3 times fast, and a dash of soy sauce. So if you want to try it, today's the day to try it, because it is that National Deviled Egg Day, which falls under my deliciousness of life and giving you permission today to eat that to your heart and stomach's content. Or maybe your stomach's discontent. You don't want to have more than probably 2. I'll let you have 2 today. All right. It is also the Day of the Dead, the Dia de los Muertos celebration. My daughter made me learn that to honor the Mexican culture. And today is National Epitaph Day, which sounds just a little morbid, but actually I wanted to use it as my teaching tool for how to be happy 88% of the time for today. So I've been known to say I live as if this is my last day, because it reminds me to live my day to the fullest. No do-overs, don't get this day back. I really, really want to feel the joy and maximum possible adventure and wonder and bliss that every single day brings me. So I wanted to use this as a Happy 88 challenge on what do you want to leave as your legacy should this be your last day. So I don't want this to be your last day, don't get me wrong, but I think it's important that we take a breath and think about what is it that we want to leave as a remembrance of our lives. And to make it short and sweet, what is the one word, or maybe 3 words, a motto that you would want to use to leave as a legacy? What do you want to be remembered for? What is on your epitaph? So there's your 3 words. What do you want to be remembered for? So take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and another deep breath in, releasing all the stories and the drama, and one last deep breath in. Connecting with me through Chi Eternal Energy, the breath of life, and think now, what is that you want to leave? Do you want to be remembered for being a generous person? Do you want to be remembered for being a caring person? Do you want your life motto? One of my mottos is don't die wondering. So I could have that on my epitaph. My motto for my past is no regrets. What is your motto for living and what you want to be remembered for? So that's your challenge for today. Mine is, for my past, no regrets. For my future, don't die wondering. She lived every day as if it were her last. She lived life to the fullest. She juiced her life. Some people go, what does that mean? Well, you squeeze all the possible juice out of it. I love Ralph Waldo Emerson's definition of success: to laugh often and much. So she laughed often and much. That laughter is my favorite sound in the world. And that I say that laughter is like cardio for my soul and spirit and mind and body. So what is it that you want to be remembered for? Think about that. That's your happy challenge for the day. And when we come back, I have some clips of one of my favorite things in life, one of my favorite stops in the joyride of my life, called sailboat racing. I actually go out there. It's kind of my own therapy. I just finished my 31st season on the water. Actually, that's a lie. It was the 30th because we missed last season. But if sailing isn't good enough as just a sport that I participate in, I also get to take out underdeserved kids who get to learn how to race. And this year was no exception. I'm one of the U.S. Sailing Center team members. And this year we got to take out the dramatic results kids, the ABC scholars. So when we come back, I wanted to show you those clips because I'm getting personal. Here on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News Radio, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned into Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, and CNBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere, including my YouTube channel. Free subscribe there. You'll get an alert every morning on the weekdays at 8 a.m. to tune in, and you'll get the drop of the new show. You'll also be able to get some playlists. Some of you may or may not know I'm a retired lounge lizard, and I like to sing, and I actually have songs that have been purchased on iTunes, and you can get them on my website, drmarissa.life, as well as my red carpet playlist. You know the drill: Halle Berry, John Travolta, Quincy Jones, and more. So Priscilla Presley, as well as Lieutenant Uhura, and so many more, Fran Drescher and Melissa Etheridge. So check that out, subscribe there, and you can actually watch and listen instead of just listening to the radio. All right. And since we're sharing all things personal here, I think I will also use this segment to share with you one of the most wonderful stops in the joyride of my life, and it's called sailboat racing. And some of you know that's what I love to do. Those of you who are on my social media, Doc Balance on Instagram, Dr. Marissa everywhere else, will see my footage of sailboat racing. And if it isn't great enough that I get to race sailboats with a U.S. Sailing Center team, I'm so delighted that I get to teach kids from underserved populations how to race. And this year, finally back on the water, we got to go out with a group of lovely, lovely kids, guys and girls. The first series was the girls, the second series was the guys, and these are all teenagers who are with the Dramatic Results nonprofit. And they are the ABC Scholars. And we had our trophy dinner last week. So I thought I would share with you a couple of the clips on what they learned and I had such a great time with them. So enjoy.
Oh my God.
Does that mean there's sharks in the water that you guys screamed?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, just checking. I am so happy. We're back on the water.
I tried carrying a little. Going up?
Yep, just going up.
You guys can stay right there.
Is it up?
Not yet. Tight that curl. Yep, I got it. Perfected. We're reaching. Remember initially there on the four guide and the catch stay right before we drop. Catch stay, lock it. Pop it once I have it under control. You just went hand tight on the halyard, right? Yep. This is the one. Nice pump here, Mike. Hold it tight, right there. You get ready to take it down, Steve. Right there. Try to burn it down a little. Kill it tight. Pull, ladies, pull.
Good job. Good job. Okay, chopper coming up. From the boat, we came in second this week, but first last week. Ready? He's in, he's out. World peace through inner peace. Yay, dramatic results, girls! Woo! ABC for Scholars. Last series, race 2. Ready to do some damage on the water. We've got the It's such an amazing night. Our first night, series 2. And we've got we just passed the first boat, so we are now in first place. And that was the agony of defeat from boat number 2.
Ready to lose this jib.
Okay.
There's the solings in front of us.
Okay.
It is pretty far forward. He's going way up.
We're gonna get a gun,
Higher on butt end at the moment.
which is called the bullet.
There's Puff. There's Puff. There's Puff. There's Puff.
Here, hold this for me.
We're good.
Just tape it.
Don't drag your feet. Yeah, feet up. Don't drag them. There's a good Puff. Thank you.
Just turn around, see me.
Keep it high. It's in front of his
About to
bow.
get the bullet. First place.
All right. We've run out of real estate.
Over there. See if we cross the finish line or you're over.
Yeah, they're gonna blow a cannon, guys. A gun. Yeah. So be careful here.
Dramatic results, ABC Scholars, yeah? Ready? He's in, he's out. World peace, zero inner peace. Woohoo! Go! This is Dr. Marissa reporting live from the Long Beach Yacht Club. You know me as the Asian Oprah. I'm on location today. It's the final night. It's called Trophy Night, where we get our trophies for the entire season. And this season, we got to sail with a group called Dramatic Results. And I have one of my students here. Her name is Angel. Tell me what the best thing you learned in this whole process.
The best thing I learned was like just working together with everybody and like learning how to build the boat and like set it up.
What was the thing you hated the most?
Losing.
You can tell these girls are after my own heart. She said losing is not what you... All right. But what will you remember about yourself?
Just to never give up and just keep trying.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm over here by the Double Trouble twins. These are the girls that were on my boat. And introduce yourself.
My name is Janelle.
And
My name is Ingrid.
Ingrid. Oh. And what was the thing that you enjoyed the most on the boat?
I love tacking because you could go side to side and you would also get wet.
Uh-huh. And Ingrid, what was your favorite? Get the mic. What was the favorite thing about sailing?
The winning and the new skills.
Winning and new skills.
Yeah.
Great. And who was your favorite teacher on the boat?
You.
I paid them to say that.
She did it.
Well, it's wonderful. I'm going to miss you guys. But what's the one thing I always tell you about yourself, not to remember, not to forget? That you can do anything and everything that you desire if you put your heart and mind to it, right?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
All right. And then this. Remember this?
Oh, yes.
Here we go. It is pump and peace.
Oh.
My name is Sara, and what I learned the most was how much teamwork goes into sailing. It was just a lot of fun working with the other girls on the boat, and it was really fun, but it was also a good bonding experience.
Wonderful. And who was your favorite teacher?
You.
She hesitated. She hesitated. And what do you remember about me telling you? That you can do anything? Yes?
Yes.
If you put...
My name is Amelia Klish.
And what was the best thing that you learned during sailboat racing?
The best thing that I learned during sailboat racing was how to go on each side quickly without bumping into anybody.
Is the tacking?
Yeah.
Evening, this is Dr. Marissa reporting live at the Long Beach Yacht Club. And for those of you who don't know, I do race sailboat racing, and the best part of doing it is taking these kids out and teaching them how to race. And they learn whatever they're going to learn, and I fall in love with them every season. And so I wanted to talk to most or all of them about what their experience was. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves one by one, and they're going to tell you the best part of what they learned this summer. All right? Here we go.
Hi, my name is Juan.
And what's the thing that you will remember about your sailboat racing with the Long Beach Yacht Club, the U.S. Sailing Center team, and the dramatic results ABC scholars?
Well, even if it's just a group of kids with 3 grown-ups, you can still beat a lot of professional sailboaters. So we got second overall.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of professionals out there. We were just kids with
That's
3
right.
adults.
That's right. And you kicked.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And what was the thing that you learned from me? Remember this? Yeah. Fabulous. Thanks. Spell it. Just say your name.
Emiliano.
And what was the one thing you will not forget about your experience racing with the U.S. Sailing Center team at the Wet Wednesdays?
The going on the boat was pretty fun, being out in the ocean, and it was a really fun experience for me.
Wonderful. Will you do it again?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. So, what did you learn about yourself during this whole process, learning how to race sailboats? What's your name first?
My name is Daniel Venegas.
And what did you like or learn the most?
Well, I liked cooperating with other people mostly.
You like the what?
Cooperating with other people.
Cooperating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I learned that sometimes I need a lot of help from other people, and I can't really do all the stuff myself.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Will you do it again?
Yeah.
All right. What's your name?
My name is John Cedric.
And And what's the thing that you learned about yourself through the process of learning how to race sailboats?
I learned that I could be a bit clumsy at times or a bit slow to act or move, but I could usually get the job done from there. And that cooperation is key, especially in things like this.
Beautiful. And how old are you?
13?
And you're in school, what grade?
8th.
Great. And did this help you learn something about your abilities?
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely. Beautiful.
It pushed me into somewhat of a uncomfortable area, if I could put it that way. But it was
You did
good.
it anyways.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I learned, and I adapted, you know?
And who was your favorite sailor on the boat?
Oh man, that's kind of hard to decide
Oh,
though.
come on.
It's you. Yeah, totally, it's you.
What's the thing that you enjoyed the most about being on the sailboat racing?
Winning.
Winning.
Aren't they adorable? And yes, every single one of them, I've looked in their eye and said, you can do anything that you put your heart and mind to and fulfill your desires. Because that's the message I want all young people to know. And I tell them that I will hold that knowing for them if they don't believe it now until they can themselves. And that's because I had a math teacher in grade 10, JJ Bristow, who I still stay in touch with, who did that for me. So whatever kind of childhood you're having, if you're a teenager listening to me now, or if you're a parent with children, or if you work with kids, it's so important and so powerful if you can just look in a kid's eye and just give them that message so they can carry it with them, like my grade 10 math teacher who knew and watched and saw that there was something going wrong. He never pried, he never asked, but he instilled that positive message in me that made such a difference. So I hope you do that today for a kid that's in your life. And when we come back, there's more on location clips. One is from my absolutely fabulous time at the Newport Beach Film Festival and more here on Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. And yes, this is the number one station in the Inland Empire for talk radio. Yay! And this is the number one show at the 8 a.m. hour. So thank you for joining. And as promised, I'm going to show you my highlight reel from being the sponsor of the Chinese Spotlight film once again. I played you the highlights from opening night and my interview with Tony Hawk. And now I want to play for you the highlights from the Chinese Spotlight film that I got to introduce, as well as the fabulous after party, the Pacific Rim Showcase, which always is even more than I remember the year before. Thank you so much. Kudos to Greg Schwenk and all of the work that he put into this. I had a private conversation with him. Apparently he got some criticism for, doing it too soon and about the safety and health. But, he said if we lost 2 years, if we had waited one more, they may not have been another one. So they did a incredible job. And to all the interns in my particular group that I got to work with for Cal State Fullerton, the volunteers, you did a wonderful job. So enjoy.
All right, everybody on the dance floor, come on down. Welcome to the Newport Beach Film Festival. I'm Greg Schwenk. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the Newport Beach Film Festival, and it's my privilege to welcome you to our 22nd annual celebration of cinema.
We would like to call up celebrity talk host and happiness coach, Dr. Marissa Pai. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
Thank you. And I'm your Chinese teacher for right now, since we're in a Chinese spotlight film. So everybody say ni hao. That means you're terrible. No, I'm just kidding. It means how are you?
From a very ancient people, dating back to Tang Dynasty from the Taoist tradition of Shanghai, my home city. This song is used to welcome the celestial beings here on Earth. So I hope you'll welcome you the same.
We're going to count to 3. Everyone face the cameras. Don't look at me. Look at the camera so you can be part of history. Look at the cameras. Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
And since we're talking about leaving our legacy, and since we are talking about what we want to be remembered for and the epitaph, I wanted to bring you a spotlight interview that was actually an on-location interview at the Conscious Life Expo with Don Miguel Ruiz, who has such a knack for teaching us how to be the best we can possibly be and accept our humanness. If you have not read his book, The 4 Agreements, go get it. It was a life changer for me, and I wanted to share him with you in today's Spotlight interview. So, enjoy.
0.5. And today I am so blessed and so grateful and so happy to have my beautiful friend, my wonderful teacher, Don Miguel Ruiz, back again. The last time I got to interview him was over the phone. This time I brought him live in person here with me for this live broadcast on location. Don Miguel, please, please, thank you for coming and being with me. That's wonderful. And you are such a beautiful teacher. Your book, The 4 Agreements, was on the New York Times bestseller list for 7.5 years. You touched so many lives. Every time I told people I was going to interview you, everybody goes, "Oh, I love Don Miguel. I love Don." And your book, Mastery of Love, I also take that and use that book in my teachings, in my personal life. If you want a dog, don't buy a cat. That every time. It still hasn't helped my dating, but it's okay. I'm still using the principles, and I'm so grateful for that. And you have a new book out.
Yes, it's the Toltec Art of Life and Death. And of course, we know that the word Toltec, it comes from the Nahuatl, and the meaning of that word is artist. Then when we talk about the Toltec knowledge, we're talking about the knowledge of the artist. Because in our point of view, every single human is an artist. We are creating all the time.
Yes.
And each one of us, we create a masterpiece of art, which is a story, the story of our life. Then every single human creates their own story of their life, and it's really a masterpiece. It's full of joy, drama, everything. Whatever we have in the imagination will be in our story, and the story is about always the main character. In my case, of course, is Miguel.
Yes.
Miguel is my creation. Miguel is my identity, is what I believe I am. Is the main character of my story, but it's just a character. For a long time, I used to believe that I am Miguel, because everything is about Miguel.
Right.
Just like everything is about you.
That's right. It's always about me.
Then it was a time that Miguel found out that I am not Miguel.
When was that?
It's just what I believe I am, but I am not Miguel.
Right.
It was after a discussion I had with my grandfather that he put in doubt that I know who am I.
So he asked you, who are you?
Well, yeah. He said, well, everything you say is so wonderful, but it's not authentic. It's words that come from your teacher, from what you read, etc., but it's not really from you. You hear all of that, and you go all around saying the same things, just believe that whatever they say is true. But just like a parrot, you just say what you hear. But you don't even know who you are. That's what he told me. He said, oh, really? Of course I know who am I.
Right.
I'm Miguel Ruiz. I'm in the university. I say, yes, this is the what you believe you are. but do you really think you know who you are or what you are? And of course, that stayed for me for many years until finally I got it.
So who are you? Who are we in our fundamental who we are? Because you almost died. You had a massive heart attack, 2002. You were in a coma, and that sort of brought rise to this book, right? Because you were in a coma for how long?
9 weeks.
9 weeks.
9 weeks in
So
coma.
so did you feel like, like in the movies where you come out of your body and you're sort of looking at yourself? Did you feel like that?
It's much more than that.
Okay.
We all humans, we are always searching for the truth.
Right.
Always. We go in different directions. We go into science, religion, whatever, but we always searching for the truth. Which means we are looking for ourselves because we are the truth. Then in this dream, we can say, the 9 weeks in coma, I was the hero. Miguel Ruiz, the main character of the story, was the hero who was looking for the truth. And to find out that, yes, the truth really exists, and there's two things that for sure is true, and we don't even have to doubt about it.
Okay.
One is death. We all die sooner or later, everyone. Then we cannot deny that death exists. And the other is life. We all are alive. Then that is the truth.
Right.
Life and death. In the science point of view, we can say that death is nothing but matter.
Okay.
Matter
Dust
has a
to dust.
beginning, has an end. Matter only can move if a force is moving matter, and only can stop if a force stops
it.
Matter, and matter reflect and refract the force that is pushing it or stopping it.
Okay.
Now the force that pushes matter, of course, is life, is energy. As we know, energy is eternal, has no beginning, has no end, and never change. The change that we see in energy is how is reflected or refracted by matter, but is always pushing matter. From the quantums to the biggest galaxies that we can understand is always in action. Then everything that we know is nothing but this beautiful dance between life and death, between energy and matter.
Okay. So it sounds like I shouldn't be afraid of dying then.
Of course not. We are eternal.
We are eternal beings.
We cannot die. Our body will die, of course. But we are the ones who move the body. Thanks to us, the body from one cell divides into millions of cells.
Right.
Gives shape to every organ. We was born after 9 months of cooking inside our mother's womb.
Yep.
And when we was born, thanks to life, we start growing up, growing old, reproduce, and when the matter no longer can keep us, then the matter will die.
Right.
But it's matter. And die is just a concept. It's not really real.
So when you die, when you were in the coma, did you feel like you were dying? Did you actually have that experience?
Well, as soon as I have the heart attack, one of the symptoms is the sense of death. I know without a doubt that I was dying.
You saw a light? Did you see a light?
No
light?
I feel a strong pain.
Oh, okay.
Very strong pain.
Yeah.
But I was so excited.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I will have the greatest experience that anyone can have.
Is death.
Getting out of my
body.
Not that I wish to let go the body, but it's because the body cannot contain me anymore.
So you wanted to die?
No.
No. Okay.
I was excited because it was happening.
And you were aware that it was happening.
It was happening.
Got it.
Then
okay.
I was not afraid to die. I was so excited that I talked to my manager at that time, Stephanie Bureau, and I tell her, I have a heart attack, I will die, and please tell everybody, whoever comes to see and witness, a great way to let go of the physical body, that they may change the way that we perceive death. But of course, I never thought that in intensive care, they don't allow anybody to go in.
So much for the grand exit, right? Nobody's let in.
Some people went there, like my children, great friends, whatever, they came, but they was very limited.
So what called you back?
Okay, that's, we can say, not exactly a mystery.
Okay.
But it's just...
I called you back. You heard me. You heard me, right? Don Miguel, don't go. Actually, I have to stop and tell a quick story.
Just before I went to coma, never mind. I was talking to my mother.
Oh.
And my mother told me, Miguel...
Alive? And your mother's alive? Okay.
And she told me, Miguel, you don't have the right to die.
Oh.
You cannot die. You cannot leave me alone here. Then I will not let you die.
Oh.
And of course, that stayed in my mind.
Right. Okay.
And they put me on drugs there. I was in morphine or something like that because of the pain. And of course, that went into a dream. Then I have the great dream that I say is 9 weeks in coma, but I don't know if this is true or not, because it could be just before I went to coma. Because in the moment that we are leaving the physical body, it's like we see the whole story of our life just in front of us.
I've heard that. Yeah.
And it's exactly what happened to me.
Oh, wow.
I see the whole story of my life, but I really focus in the significant moments. Which for me, a significant moment is when I have an encounter with the truth.
So not necessarily all good. They weren't all the bad things that happened and not all the good things, like just significant.
I have memory about everything, memorable moments like weddings, births, etc. That's just memorable. But significant moments is when the truth arrives and all the lies will not survive the presence of the truth. These are moments who change the direction of your life. And I have great moments like that in my life. And it's what I describe in this book.
Right, when you were grandfather.
Then when we see, in that story, we see a conflict in the mind. Then the conflict in the mind is the same to every single human. It doesn't matter what language they speak, what religion they have.
What gender they are.
Exactly. It's the same conflict.
Okay.
That for a long time we used to believe that was between good and bad.
Right, good and evil.
But good and bad is just the result of the real conflict. Because the real conflict is between the truth and lies. Then when we believe truth, the result is that we are good. We are in peace with everything, with ourselves, we enjoy life. When we believe lies, the result will be that we are bad. Then depends how deep is the lie, how intense is the lie, is how much we suffer. Then we can say that the reflection of the truth is really a lie, but it's a clean lie.
Okay. So if I say I'm not good enough, or I'm
You're
not
lying.
beautiful enough,
You're lying.
I'm fat,
You're lying.
I'm not worthy,
You're
those
lying.
are all lies. All lies. But the voice, it's like,
It's always there. But in certain moments, something happens in your life, it comes just in front of you, it's the truth, and all those lies just will dissipate. Because you see that you are using all those lies to hurt yourself, and none of that is true.
That's one of the things that I love about you, is when you read your words, and when you see me, when you look at me, I know
I see beauty.
The truth. I know the truth.
And that's the truth.
Yeah, and it's and like I wish that I could see myself the way that you see me.
And this is a reflection. And this is something that is difficult to find, because every human is really like a mirror. And they will reflect you, but the reflection will be distorted for all the opinions and judgments that they have about you. Then what you will see in all the other people will be a distortion of you. It's hard to see a clear reflection of yourself.
Right.
But if you meet someone that is clean enough, then you will see a better reflection of yourself. And then what you will see, the way that person is seeing you, is beautiful. And you love to feel your own reflection. Then you can feel that you fall in love with somebody. But what you really fall in love is the reflection of yourself in that person. Then you don't really love the person, but the reflection that person to you.
Beautiful. That's why I wanted to marry you. I actually told our friend. I told her.
Told me, I would be dead now.
Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, I told him that I wanted to marry you, and Ricky was there, his wife, and this was after you had your heart transplant. And Ricky goes, "You leave him alone. You're gonna kill him."
He was right.
It's a good thing. It's
well,
a
I'm
good
still
thing.
Alive.
Yes, you are still alive, and it's so beautiful. And get the book. Amazon, I'm sure, has it. The Art and Death, the Art of Life and Death, right?
The Toltec Art of Life and Death.
The Toltec Art of Life and Death. This is Don Miguel Ruiz. Any last words that you have for the listeners? Anyone out there who's suffering? I know there's a lot of people now who, all the dreams that they had, they thought that, they would have a nice house or a nice car, their kids would be healthy and they would be healthy. And I know, there's havoc going on with the government. There's havoc going on with, work and all the things that they're so disillusioned with life. What would you say to people who feel like they're suffering right now?
Well, I would tell you guys that what is important is to understand that your life can become superstition. And those superstition can rule the decision of your life. And your attitude about all those superstitions becomes fanatic. You become a fanatic defending your superstitions. And if the lies are very intense and superstitions are very strong, we become very fanatic that we can even lose the respect for life. We can even die or kill defending a superstition. Then please work with your main character of your story. See and encounters with the truth and let go all those superstitions and stop being fanatic and just enjoy your life.
But what if people say, I can't enjoy my life because someone just died or someone has cancer or the terrorists are attacking us? What do you say to people who are so focused on what they think is the truth? That's the truth.
It is normal to feel all those kinds of emotions because we are connected with the rest of humanity, and whatever happened to one person, it really affects everybody else. But we also have to understand that we are not responsible for whatever else do. We have to be first responsible to ourselves and respect our own decisions, and then we give what we create. And of course, we take actions to fix whatever is around us that we can fix, but we cannot go and fix everything.
Right.
We will fix what we feel we like to fix if we want to fix, not because we have to, but because we want to. But it's completely normal to have all those kind of emotions when somebody's dying, when there's something attack or a terrorist, etc. But we need to understand that what they do is because they become so fanatic in defending what they believe is truth for them.
And if you want more of where that came from, along with my interview with his son, Jose, please go free subscribe on my YouTube channel and you will get that interview and more. Okay? And that is it for today's show. It is show number 567 in the can. And I thank you again for your continued support of the show, of my Happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years. And if you'd like to support that mission, I would be so grateful. You don't even have to give money. I mean, you can. But if you do donate, you get a selection of things that are supporting my nonprofit, 8 Ways to Happiness. There's a children's book, Mommy, What Are Feelings, that you can get. There is a Tai Chi DVD and download of a practice that I teach called Balanced Tai Chi Gong, called Balanced Tai Chi Gong or Power Chi or Chinese Yoga. You can also get my music. You can also get an audiobook of my best-selling book, 8 Ways to Happiness. All of those, if you purchase them, donate and fund my nonprofit. And if you shop at Amazon, and I know you do, just pay your regular price, but use the link in Smile Amazon and choose 8 Ways to Happiness. And then everything you purchase, a small portion goes to 8 Ways to Happiness. And I would so appreciate that. All right. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 on Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through, inner peace, and have the best day ever.